Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This probably will be a long one, but hopefully not too long. Ray, by the way, so I went to the toy shop next door today, and I asked the guy. I said, "So movie toys are out? Any? Do you have them at all?" He says, "We have them." I'm like, great, I'll take one of each. And he can't release them until Monday. He can't give me any until Monday. I kind of thought that's the way it would be. There you are. Let's just suck it up and move on. Watched the last episode of Lost yesterday. It was awful. I hated it. I was so disappointed. Really was. Really quite disappointed. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. That's all housekeeping you need. So let me see. Of course, I'm doing Tripredacus today, which is why I kind of gotta get moving on. It's an awful lot to do. Tripredacus Predacon function Battlemaster. Battlemaster. Something like that. The Ultra Beast Tripredacus mounts its attack. This is the voice, by the way. Excuse me. On the Maximal Fortress in the dead of night, calling upon and combining Cicadacons, Plague-like Destruction, Ram Horns, slightly filthy that name, Ram Horn's Tenacity, and Sea Clamp's Crushing Power. Emerging from the bowels of the earth, Tripredacus summons its forces. Not his. Its forces to form an incredible weapon of destruction. Sea Clamp's concealed linkage system. He's got a concealed linkage system. Nice. Connects the Catacombs chopping rotor blades to Ramhorn's. You like this? Ramhorn's powerful driving motor. Oh yeah. Creating a mega missile launcher. The Predacon team used to slash its slimy way into battle. He's got a slimy way. There's a dry way, there must be a slimy way, why not? With power and lethality, like multiplied 3 times over, Tripredacus prepares to overtake and rule the robotic jungle. What the fuck's the robotic jungle? I don't know. So, I'm going to show you these little guys. They're very cool, You get 3. It's a combiner team, proper combiner team, in that there's alt and bot mode, and they got a little power up mode, yes they do. And then they form part of Tripredacus. Now he was the yang to Magnaboss's yin, really, wasn't he? And they're an interesting pair together because Tripredacus's individual parts, the individual bots are great. The alt modes and the bots are great. The sum of them is quirky and strange and not entirely coherent. Where conversely, Magnaboss, the 3 elements that it combine him, which is Prowl, Silverbolt, and Ironhide, the combined form is fucking awesome, really good, an awesome looking combiner. The 3 individual bots themselves, the ultimates are fine, but the bots are universally fucked up, man, absolutely. And in the case of Silverbolt, one of the worst Transformers in existence. Absolutely horrendous. Oh my god. You want to throw that thing across the room? I do. Sea Clamp. He's a lobster. Well, do you know what? He's not a lobster. I'm not sure what he is. I suppose we'll call him a lobster for the sake of argument. Lobsters have giant and long antennae here. There's an awful lot more going on. But, for the sake of argument, we'll call him a lobster. He's got great range of movement. There's all these modes are really fantastic. Good range of movement. The claws will open and all the rest of it. And this, you can even get some little motion going on here, which is nice. These little tweedy deely boppers will move somewhat. That's cool. He has a power up. I thought for the sake of, being thorough, I'll just show you the little power up modes. Oh, for fuck's sake, that doesn't really come out. The power modes where you just kind of reach into the claw and you pull out this thing, and it's whatever. It's I'd rather have it than not. It's interesting when I take this doesn't want to come out yet. When I take him to the bot mode, I always think these things become there he goes, that's his power up mode. Ah, bless him. He's so easy to transform too. Look at this. This is nice little transformation. You split it apart, and here is the head of the robot. Take out the head of the robot. Then you've got the legs of the bot here. Interesting. He has He's almost like a little RC high heels. You can give him those, which is quite cute. But no, let's masculinize them. So we're now to here. These rabbits come like that. Where are we? Now, what exactly wants to be his front? That exactly wants to be his front, of course. So turn his little head around. Blah blah yakety schmackety, and kind of, that's it, more or less. So that, that's fine. It's almost, it's a little half baked as a bot, and of course his arms are huge and crazy and absolutely ludicrous, really ridiculous. I'm going to take out this little section at the minute. This presumably is the motor. This is just like a little handheld weapon here, all little fat thing that looks a bit like a tray. But that's okay. There's his little Predagon symbol in there. Now this is what I like to do here at this point. This power up mode I like to utilize as his main, the main hands of the bot in this mode. I just think it makes him look a little more elegant, a little more graceful. Gives him a slightly longer reach, and he's got this kind of what do you call it? Like the Megatron, the T-Rex kind of little hands thing, which seems to be quite cool. Gives him an extra reach. I prefer him there. That's the C-clamp. Let's move on. I'm going to show you them in order of my, no particular order now. There's Cicada-con, who's obviously a really cool cicada. Very nice. Definitely looks like a cicada. One reviewer referred to him as a locust. It's not a locust, obviously, clearly. Patiently. All those things. Great range of movement in these wings. You can get a really, really good pose from him in this mode if you like. Cicada, nothing wrong with this. Limited range of movement here. The head won't move. His little proboscis will, somewhat. His legs, rear legs won't. The front legs will move a little bit, but it's not for posability's sake, especially. Now his power up mode here is really kind of rubbish, which is that. So don't care about that really. We'll take these out because these are going to form part of the role, aesthetic, and indeed all kinds of other things. Now, in order to transform him, see, I don't want to give away too much here because there's glaring head bits going on here. We'll take this section all the way down. We open up this. Now, this is kind of tricky to take this little. Look at the little head. Look at his head in there. Exactly how do you get that out? I mean, there's nothing to kind of grab onto, So what am I going to use? I'm going to use something that's lying about. What did I have to do last time? First of all, actually, what I'll do now is I'll take out his legs because I think I can. It is a problem with this guy. The head just doesn't want to make itself known. It doesn't want to come out, and which is slightly odd. Now, this is what I do. I'm gonna take his wing, and I have to poke it through from the back. You see, it's so odd. You could break a nail up trying to get this fucker out. You really could. It's alright, it's alright. With movie toys coming out soon, and as long as you got your health, and may you be 40 years in heaven before the devil knows you're dead. So that's the main thing. Let's just tidy him up here now. He's almost there. Yes, he is. The little cicada legs go like that. Put the wings. Where would you like the wings? I think I'd quite like them like that. There we go. He's not a bad looking little bot. He's as good as kind of beast formers get, really. Especially ones that are going to be, I've seen worse deluxes. Jesus, I really have. Now, good thing, you can take these silly things that have taken out of his wings, and you can give him very nice, may I say, well done, very nice swords. And these are going to once again be used whenever we get to the main big old bot. A little close up on his head, slightly air razor like. Does he have a wee bit of a nose? Not really. He's an odd looking thing. And what about this guy? Sorry, I forgot to show you close up. There you go. Oh, by the way, I had a little play with the MacBook that I'm going to be using in just about a month and a half or so. That's going to be my reviews from there, and it's sweet. So you'll see and hear everything much better. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. This is Ramhorn, and he is a very, very nice rhinoceros beetle. Really cool looking thing, isn't he? There is lots of little bits of movement here, little bits of movement that I like, even in his head, and his horn will move and stuff like that. The back legs are just going to stay there, but you'll be okay with that, I'm sure. Just leave them, look at them, and admire them. He has a power-up mode, and he is my favorite. This pirate mode is really quite silly. And you gotta pull up the shell, and indeed it doesn't really want to come up so well. You pull this shit out, then you kind of close it down again, and you've got this little power up thing. Crap, okay, don't care. I'm gonna take this little out. Now all these weapons combine to form a very nice thing. I'm gonna show you his bot mode. Now this is a piece of work, this boy, an absolute piece of work, I tell you. It's the transformation into Tripredacus is really interesting, really quite interesting, because this guy just kind of comes apart all over the place. Oh, it comes apart all over the place. I have George, the redoubtable George, exaggerated G, to thank for helping me complete this guy, for giving me these little accoutrements which I was lacking. So thank you very much, George. This video in its completion, its entirety, would not have been possible without your very good help. And he's a good chap like that. Okay, so take these little sections forward like that. Now, what's so wonderful about this guy is he has one of the cutest, most quirkiest out there head sculpts of any Transformer ever. Wait till you see this fucker. It's really cool. I can't tell you how cool. He looks like a voodoo priest or something. Voodoo child, let's have a look. So you turn this around like that. Now you open up these little sections like that. Look at this strange little bot. He's actually on a ball joint, so you can get him to have you can get him the very famous. Okay, where is it? Let me get a good bit of light here. Put this bad boy away, see if that works a little better. Yeah. He-Man! Nice, really quirky, so incredibly odd, really strange little kind of head sculpt. Oh, I like that a lot. You can put this weapon into his hand. So you give him this kind of claw shit, the bit that you extracted from him. So there's Ramhorn in his bot mode. Quirky as all get out, really nice, very pleased. Now watch this. This may not be like 100 minutes long, which is cool. Now you've got to just kind of open this guy out. There's a very interesting joint here, which slides him open. And you'll see what the deal is there very soon, trust me. Now here's another little bit. Interesting, very interesting little thing here. You've got to take this section, and again, really cool transformation. Not intuitive, but that kind of intuition we can forgive in combiners, because there is a little bit of work. There's a little bit of work in having a combiner. There's a little bit of learning, a little bit of reading to be had. So we'll go to that point first of all. Okay, these are going to be his arms. This is where he lets himself down, because his arms are a little crazy. Look at that, you know. So we'll take these off Cicadacon for the moment. No, I'm going to save them till last, because there's the money shots there. So put C-Clamp's head away, and you can see that these big bad boys here are going to form very nice feet. He's got big old feet, which is good. I always like a bot with big feet, big shoes, and we're doing this. Yes, we are. We're doing this. Where's his front? His front's going to be here, I think. Yep. So like that, we gotta bring him to this position, and you gotta do a little bit of studying for these. You know, if you're going to do a combiner, you've got to. We'll do this first of all. Take that down right now. If you're going to do a combiner, then you've got to do a wee tiny bit of homework. You see, this is his lower section. It's pretty good. Now, in order to do this guy, we've got to put his own little head away. Tiny little thing that it is. We'll be opening that up again soon. Now, there's going to be a bit of a head reveal here. So I'm going to, the money shot comes quite soon in this guy, but that's okay. I like this. You got to fold his arms up into his chest like this, and then the other side of the cicada head, you just kind of take it down like that. And what that does basically, it just kind of frees up and gives him a bit of a chest, so that gives him a bit of chest. So there is some differentiation between what was Cicadacon and what is now going to be Tripredacus. Lovely big thing, this just Tripredacus. These stay open, I believe. Now again, we do what we want with these. We're going to arrange them like that. Take his head down. Now, Watch this. This is nice. Oh shit, that's not meant to go on. Sorry about that. We'll just put that back on. Now what's going to happen is we're going to take this section, right? This is his arm section. And you see I've just opened a little slot there, a little fixture, and what happens is this bit is going to sit fairly nicely into there, if it wouldn't mind awfully. Do I need to turn it around that way? I think I need to turn it around that way. Yeah, that's a little better. It's going to sit in there nicely. Or maybe it's not that way at all. There we go. Goes in like that, first of all. Now we can close this little clip up where that housed his head. Now this is quite secure. Now that that's secure, what we do is there's kind of posts and ports available now here. There's a clip system which is going to fit fairly snugly, but not really snugly, into what we've just formed his hips from. No, it's not entirely wonderfully snug, but there's plenty of little additional pins and stuff behind them. There we go, head reveal. Now let's have a look at these arms, which are his major downfall. They're not absolutely horrendous, but they're just kind of, what the fuck, you know? They're a little, oh, they really are. So this is his hands, you know, this is one hand, this is another hand. They are grotesque, they are a little gruesome, and they're kind of super deformed, of course, but look, he's still quite an impressive looking thing. He's not at all very cheap these days. You can pick him up if you have a really good look. So I'm just fix his little post and ports. Now I'll come back to him in a second. First of all, I'm going to show you this little weapon that I removed from him earlier. All the little bits combine together and form this very funky handheld weapon. So we can hold it like that or like that. And it's best in Ramhorn's hands. I think it's only Ramhorn's. It's only one of the arms anyway that it will go into. So it's kind of like this thing. I'm just going to... Actually, that looks a little better as a hand, doesn't it, now that I think about it? It does look a little better. Let's get a close-up on his face. Because this guy's face is really awesome. He's got this real kind of sneer going on, which makes him look really insidious. I mean, this guy's obviously kind of the all-powerful Tripredacus thing. The Magna Boss beside him, I do display him next to Magna Boss because they look so good together. Big old, strange, crazy-looking thing in this mode, it must be said, he really is. But doesn't he look kind of... He stands well, and he looks kind of imposing for it. Quite credible as a combiner because he's got everything a combiner should have. Really should have. He's got the good individual bots and good alt modes, and this combined mode is very impressive. It's flawed, but Jesus, it's worth having. You know, a lot of bots are flawed. There's very few that are really perfect. There's his own weapon again. Odd little thing. Really strange. So, I hope you have this guy, first of all, let's just say. He hasn't been repainted or reissued. That will be a nice thing. It'll be very nice. Where are we? We're nearly 20 minutes long, this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray here with the wonderful, redoubtable Tripredacus from the Beast Wars era. Thank you very much. Good night.